So Saturday morning we are at West Park in Long Eaton. This is officially, or according to Tim Gross and his stats, the 15th quickest parkrun course in the country. It's beautiful, ideal conditions, just a very light breeze. As you can see, sun's out, it's about 8 degrees. So we are now 2 weeks and 1 day away from the Manchester Marathon. That means 6 days into taper. Last Sunday we did the Wyndham 20 as a session, so that run is still on my legs. So it'll be interesting to see how I get on today. COROS predicts me, intriguingly, 20.00 potential for the 5k. As I say, fast 5k course, ideal conditions, slightly heavy legs. I wonder what we'll do today. Will it be just over or just under? If I had to estimate based on that warm-up and how my legs have felt last few days, I'd say 10 to 15 seconds a mile out. So I'd predict about 20.30 today. So let's see if we can beat that and then what progress we can make into getting fresher during this marathon taper. So the shoes of choice today were the Takumi Sen 8s. So after a 1.5 mile warm-up, drills and strides, we were good to go. Now a little bit of background here, I have done 3 parkruns which I've run fast this year. I've done a 2010, a 2007 and a 2005. So although I've just said 2030 will be my estimate, secretly I'm hoping to get into those low 20s, or who knows, even beyond. So we were last at Long Eaton Parkrun a little over a year ago, and as you can see from this clip, I was quite a bit chunkier than I am now, so hopefully can get quite a bit faster time. It's a 2-lap course, all on nice decent tarmac paths, so no reason not to have a good crack at a decent 5k time trial today.
So before we carry on, we'd really like you to give this video a like, and if you haven't subscribed, we'd love you to do so.
So a nice sunny day and great conditions brought out lots of people. It's a popular parkrun Long Eaton, being in the Midlands, close to Nottingham and Derby, and there were nearly 600 finishers today. So let's talk you through how it went. Now, it was quite congested at the start, and I'm traditionally not a very good starter. In fact, I had the other half of the 2 running brooms in front of me for about the first 400 yards. But I didn't panic, I just focused on the feet of the people in front of me, kept a steady head and a straight line. And I was pleased to see when I looked at my watch that it was showing sub 6:30 pace. So actually for the first kilometre overall, seeing as we're talking 5k, it was 4:04, which would have given me, quick bit of maths here, 20:20 for the 5k if I kept up that pace. Well, I didn't want to leave anything out there, so I got into what we call the hurt box a lot earlier than I normally do. Normally I'm quite conservative when I approach these time trials, but I got into an effort whereby about 5 or 6 minutes in I was thinking, I don't know if I can sustain this. I do hate fading at the end of runs, but I risked it today. Second kilometre 3:54, third kilometre 4 minutes dead, so I'm actually at the minute, according to my COROS, on pace to break 20 minutes. But an old hand like me knows you don't run to your watch, you actually run to the course, and Long Eaton actually has kilometre markers spread through the course. Well, actually, at 1 kilometre intervals, and I could tell by comparing my watch to the KM markers that my watch was reading slightly long, so it was going to be touch and go. So kilometre 4 came out at 3:59, kilometre 5 with an almighty sprint at 3:54, but unfortunately the COROS had a little extra 50 metres to go, which took me, I believe, just over my target of, which had been revised to during the run, of sub 20 rather than the sub 20:30 I talked about earlier. Oh. Well, tried my best.
Go on, John, how many? What's the score?
I think 20:04. So a few hours later, as they say. Having said I'd be pleased with 20:30 today, I'm actually in many minds about how I feel about a result of 20:02 official time. So we have gone this year from 2010 Hull, 2007 Market Raisin, 2005 Five Arches and 20:02 today. It gets nearer and nearer. So Long Eaton is a fast course, as I say, the 15th fastest in the country. There were just a couple of times where you have to turn sharply over a little bridge, which you can see on my pace graph where those were, which maybe cost me a handful of seconds, which would have made all that difference. Interestingly enough, the COROS mapping onto Strava said I did 5k in 1947. It over measured a little bit. So it's actually reset all my potential running times. I'm pleased to say that based on today's run, I'm now a whole 2 minutes and 34 quicker over the marathon potentially. So happy days. Another point of interest for the running stat geeks, today I averaged 175 beats per minute on the old heart rate monitor, which I know is correct. It's one of those COROS arm ones. Just point to my arm in case you didn't know where that was. Whereas the last few park runs where I've gone flat out, it's averaged 173. I did know that I got into pace earlier by about 0.8 of a mile. I was thinking I might not be able to hold this, but I'm just going to carry on running at sub 6:30 pace until I can't run at sub 6:30 pace. So I went into the hurt box earlier, stayed there longer. As I say, I was rewarded with a 3-second comeback parkrun PB. So a little bit of a short and snappy video today. Obviously I didn't take much footage during the run because I was flat out where I did. As you can see, I was what we call weaseling quite a lot. So I hope you've enjoyed me getting ever closer to that sub 20 parkrun, the last one of which I did all the way back in 2019. So please give this video a like, and don't forget to tune in next week where we'll probably arrive somewhere else chasing that sub 20 at parkrun. So until next week, keep on keeping on.
Keep on keeping on.